And now it's time for Hobo Reviews with Willie Be a Hobo. Tonight's review, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Oh my god, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my whole life! Give me adventures! Also give me the spoilers! Including this one, Mama. I'm not going to be reviewing this one for once, Mama. Instead, I'm going to let the man responsible for this be involved. And let him tell his adventure for all of you. It's Indiana Jones, Mama! They brought me back 15 years for one more adventure. There's a spoiler. No, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you the rest of my adventure. So it begins back in World War II, right after my encounter with the Nazis when I went and got the Holy Grail. This time I'm getting the blade that killed Jesus Christ. What is it with the Nazis and biblical figurines and whatnot? Anyways, they have some magical technology to make me look like I did when I was, battling the Last Crusade. Because, the person who plays me is like really old. So anyways, I'm able to escape, and then I get part of a dial of destiny. Because that ultimately will be a time machine that will impact time as we know it. And you all know what happens when you mess with time. So anyways, we go back to the present day, like 20 years later or something like that. And apparently there was a launching of the moon. In that, astronauts landed on the moon. In fact, you can even hear Walter Cronkite. This, of course, had interrupted one of my important lectures about archaeology. In case you haven't watched the other movies, I'm an archaeologist. Some might even consider me a grave robber, but that's not true. There's a difference, and I am not a grave robber. So anyways, I run into my goddaughter. I have a goddaughter! And she discovers how to find the other half of the Dial of Destiny. And so we go on this immense adventure involving Nazis because we didn't like the Russians and we didn't like the bad people from, Temple of Doom. So, Nazis again, because you can't have me without Nazis. Even back in 1969, for some reason, somebody lived. Even though I basically forced them into their death. Somehow they survived the head blow and lived 25 years later and created the moon launch along with this adventure. So I go and get the Dial of Destiny, but then I get kidnapped. Of course I get kidnapped. I can't get out of trouble apparently. So then I eventually set myself free, run myself into a parade. Good God, this sounds like another one of my actors' movies. The one where he's framed. And in this case, I've been framed too. What is it with this guy getting framed all the time? And I ride off in a pony. And I actually beat a subway in a pony. But before that, let's go back in time to something even more ridiculous. If you thought me surviving in a refrigerator was crazy enough, how about me getting hanged to my death almost with a noose and survive a nuclear bomb explosion? Because that's exactly what happened. Now we fast forward back to the present time. See what I'm doing right here with this Dial of Destiny thing? Time traveling? I can time travel back to the review too. Ha! So, anyways, I escape. And I run into an old buddy of mine. Solace Bag! That's right, we're bringing back all the flashbacks. Because I'm positive this is the last movie of myself. As far as I know. So anyways, he helps me get on a plane to go to some distant land so I can run into my goddaughter and stop them from selling half of the Dial of Destiny. Then this mad chase goes along, including the fact that apparently she owes a certain soon-to-be fiancé a certain favor and he's crazy for her. So crazy that we go on a killing chase while we're going on a killing chase for the half of the Dial of Destiny. Good God, what the hell have I gotten myself into? Anyways, we then run into another friend of mine, played by Antonio Banderas. The one from Zorro, Puss in Boots, all that wonderful stuff. And he's going to allow us to go deep diving to find the other half. Or at least a clue that leads us to the other half of the Dial of Destiny. But then I get captured again by the same Nazi group. Who apparently also shot down an Afro girl who was playing undercover in a way. I don't know what happened. But at any rate, so I'm held against my will. They shot my buddy. And so my goddaughter tries to get us out of here. And how does she get us out of here, might you ask? Well, that's very easy, of course. Dynamite! Mama! See, did my cameo appearance in the review, mama! So we managed to get away, and we're able to discover the other half of the Dial of Destiny. And of course, he brings a little kid, because, well, that worked out well before with Short Round. No, seriously, it did work out well with Short Round. He was very smart. So is this kid that she found. Kind of similar to how I found Short Round. See, this is all nostalgic Easter eggs and stuff that you're going to find in this movie. Much like another recent movie that has a lot of Easter eggs for you Mario Brother fans of sorts. Anyways, that's besides the point. So then we go and find the other half of the Dial of Destiny and claim it. Except the Nazis catch up to us and discover it, and they activate the Dial of Destiny. Apparently, their goal is to go back in time and kill their own Fuhrer. This sounds like a Star Wars plot, which my actor should know because he played another important role in that movie too. But in any case, he miscalculates and ends up going way back in time to where the originator of the Dial of Destiny is born. And they're in the middle of a Trojan War. And I want to stay forever and ever because I just got shot in the fucking shoulder. Or something like that. But of course my goddaughter put me into my sins. No, literally, she punched the hell out of me. And then we go right back to this apartment. The same apartment where at the beginning, when we go back from the past to the present, I have to tell these young kids, you kids keep it down, I'm trying to get going at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. But in this case, it's nice and quiet. And she's comforted me. And so, she also brings back a certain someone of mine. Miriam! Probably the best partner I've ever had in my life. And she manages to reunite with me. But for some reason, we didn't bring back Mud. Maybe it was a good thing. I don't know. Does any of you like Shia LaBeouf? But in any case, we get reunited. The goddaughter takes all the kids, along with Solid, to get ice cream. Even though they just got ice cream, which makes no sense. And then I grab my hat at the end of the movie. And that's it, basically. So, there you go. If I were to rank my own movies, oh, this is way better than that Mutt movie, you know, with Shia LaBeouf in it. Just saying. I highly recommend it. You need to watch me. Seriously. This is Indiana Jones saying, never tell me the odds. Get off my plane. Because I don't know how to land it. Fly, yes. Land, no. Good day.